Hi everyone, Daisy here again with another layout for 30 Days of Sketches with Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life. This is day 20 sketch, and I'm also going to be using some cut files from the Confessions of a Paper Addict Cut File Shop, or COAPA cut files. So I'm using two cut files. This one is Pages Filled with Love, and then I'm also using the Wonky Heart background cut file, which is a newer one. And I already backed this kind of off camera because it was just taking a little bit of time, and you've seen me back a cut file before. So I have two pattern papers in the background. That gray heart is from Simple Stories, and the other one is from an American Crafts collection from a long time ago. And I'm just popping that book up on some fun foam. And then I'm going to play around. Oh, I'm actually looking for my photos here. So I have these photos of my daughter, and she was reading a like bedtime story to her giant unicorn that she got. And I just snapped a couple of pictures. It was super cute. I have 3 pictures, and I end up only using 2 because I couldn't cut the third one down at all. And I thought that this was a great way to kind of showcase these photos with that Pages Filled with Love cut file. It's just like a perfect cut file, and it's one that I've been like meaning to use and just have been putting it off. So with the sketch, I'm using the same like center kind of cluster for my photos. And then instead of doing the triangles at the top and the bottom, I am going to be using the wonky hearts. Now this is like the second time I think I've done this voiceover. It's just been a miserable day. I'm just going to leave it at that. It's been a miserable day. I've been trying to get this uploaded. The first time I went to upload it, the sound was just like this weird buzzing noise. And yeah, so this is my second time trying to record it, and I don't know. I'm ready for bed. Let's put it that way. So that heart background, I was originally going to stitch around it, and my fingers hurt really bad today. I don't know why, and I just could not see myself doing that. So it would have looked really good with some white stitching around that gray kind of block. But instead, I chose to add a little doily there. I just wanted like another kind of texture or whatever, and I really wanted the stitching, but it just was not going to happen. So I stuck the doily down, got the photos down. I have the book overlapping the one photo. I'm really sorry. Of course, I'm going to start yawning now. So, and I'm just going to be sticking down a bunch of the wonky hearts. So there's the triangle on the bottom left and the top right. And so instead of using like a actual triangle shape, I'm going to be using these hearts and kind of placing them in the same area, and to make them look like they're kind of cascading down the page. So some of them I'm sticking directly down to the page, some of them I'm popping up on some fun foam, and just kind of playing around with them. I had picked out some hearts that were around like the right size I was looking for, and kind of put them off to one side. And then I still have a ton of the hearts, and then also the like actual like cut file. So the actual cut file is the background, and then this is like the negative space from that. You can kind of see it up in that right hand corner there. And I did use like an ombre pink paper from Simple Stories to cut all the wonky parts out of. So just adhering these down, and I do end up getting quite a few more on here than I was expecting, so I'm kind of happy about that. And I'm mixing up the colors. I'm not going in like the ombre. I'm just trying to put like some darker ones with some lighter ones and just trying to mixing them up as much as I can. And then I also have the 4 gray hearts that came out of the book cut file that are like complete hearts, and so I am also using those in my little heart clusters. So if you are not already a member of the COAPA Cut File or Confessions of a Paper Addict Facebook group, definitely head on over and join in there. There's always so much fun things going on. There's so much inspiration from everywhere. Like anything you want to share there, you can. It doesn't necessarily have to have a cut file on it. We just really like to support everybody and share like our fun layouts and fun things that are going on. It's just a really great community, so definitely head on over and check that out. And there's also, if there's going to be any sales or anything going on, that's how you're going to find out about them. And then don't forget also, there is an Etsy shop that's where the cut files are, so you can head on over to the COAPA Cut Files Etsy shop, and I will have links down below, and pick up some fun cut files, because while we're all trapped inside, you might as well scrapbook. And what's better than, you know, like busting out your silhouette or your Cricut and getting some cut files done. I used to do like batch cutting. I don't do that so much anymore because I don't plan my layouts out that far in advance, but I do have a whole drawer of cut files that are like my favorites, and so I cut them out so that I don't forget that I want to use them. Because sometimes, you know, you get a little cluttered with cut files, like you end up getting a lot of them saved into your library, and you forget that there's certain ones that you're like, oh yeah, I want to do this with that. So a lot of times when I find one that's like really standing out to me, I will cut it out right away and then put a sticky note in it and then stick it in that drawer where I save my extra cut files. And that way I don't forget that, oh yeah, I had this really good idea for it. Because I literally can forget things like seconds after, you know, when I'm like, oh, I won't forget that. Nope, it's already gone. So I don't know what I'm doing here. Oh, I'm going through my Pretty Little Studio die cuts. I really wanted to use those little animals. I've been trying to get them on layouts, and it just wasn't working for me. So I thought I was going to add some flowers, but there was too many different like colors in the ones that I picked. I do add these little pink daisy flowers because I thought they went very nicely. And then I'm going to add some tags, 2 of them up at the top there and then 3 of them down at the bottom. And eventually I might do some journaling on them, or they're just going to end up being blank. Who knows? I have a lot of blank like tags like that in my scrapbooks. I have realized when I've been flipping through them. And now I'm going to work on my title, and this was a struggle. So I wanted to use the stories, and I had no idea what else to put with it. I was just going to leave it as stories, but then I'm like, no, I feel like it needs something else. So then I was going to do unicorn stories, but she wasn't reading a book about unicorns. She was just reading to a unicorn. And then I wanted to do You Have the Best stories, but again, I didn't really feel like that felt or fit with this, so I end up on bedtime stories. And of course I don't have any E's in these thickers, so I have to pull out a different set. And I'm sorry this is off a little bit. So right before I filmed part of this video, a spider climbed off of my camera, dropped down onto my layout, and like scurried away underneath my pile of papers that's over on the other side of my desk. And oh my gosh, like I screamed, my camera tipped over because I stood up really fast and I must have bumped it. Oh, it just, and then like the whole time I'm making this layout, I felt like it was climbing on me. I felt like it was in my hair. I just, oh, I was so grossed out by it. And I'm not like usually like, you know, really, really scared of spiders, but you know, when they just come out of nowhere and yeah. So I did not probably set my camera up the best on the second time around. And I think I'm going to add some Spiegel Mom Scraps sequins, just some big clear ones, just to for a little bit of sparkle. And then that's pretty much going to be the end of the layout. So I want to thank you so much for watching. If you are following the 30 Days of Sketches, definitely head on over to Christy's channel, and Moira and Crystal and I think Jennifer on Instagram. I'll have links down below. And check out what they created and leave them a little love. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.